All right, Tesla update. So obviously that did not go the way that I had drawn up. I got caught in thinking that I was looking at the moving averages too much and thinking we're below the 50, we're below the 20, and we have a gap fill right here. This is our next support. So it's more than likely we're probably going to come finish this. I had this as a fourth and fifth wave, and I should have caught this before I put out that video, but this is probably the count then. I had this as wave 1. This must be, I had that as a truncated mini wave 5 there, and I think that this is actually probably the count right here. So let's see, it goes right. So you get this impulse right here, you get this ABC move down, you get a short fourth wave right here. And then you get this move down here with the robo-taxi. And so that was the end of the fifth wave right here. And I had that as a third wave. So this is either 1 or A. And then you can see here, even when I was doing this video earlier, I was talking about, I was like basically trying to force it. If you listen to that video, I was like, it looks to me like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, which it still could have been. It was completely valid. 1, 2, 3 down here, 4, 5 down here. This would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It was valid. It wasn't the most clean structure though, and so that's kind of why in the video you can kind of see I'm like, I don't really like this that much. And I did say maybe up into here, maybe it comes back up into here. It goes 1, let's see, A, B, and we get a C wave back up to here, and then we go down. But again, that really wouldn't have made that much sense because we had good earnings. It's probably going to go up higher, and that's exactly what happened. So now it's at 238.75. So this is actually an expanded flat. A, B, C, like that. So what does that mean? That means there should be another wave down still. And we're going right into the supply zone between 232 and 244. So I have this labeled 2 or B here. You're filling the gap here. There's no gaps to the upside besides that, I don't think. Actually, there is. There is a gap up here at 256. Is it possible it goes to 256? I wouldn't think so. But they did beat earnings, and it sounds like the conference call went pretty good. The 0.78 retracement is right around that gap fill. But I find it hard to believe on this one move we're going to go straight to 255. It's probably going to get caught up in this area, and then plus you also have the 20 right up here sitting at 235. So it'll be interesting tomorrow if we gap up. It's going to be interesting to see if this finishes above or below the 20 DMA. I want to see that. If it gets above the 20 DMA, it has a chance to come up here to 257. But another thing that could happen, it could be an A wave. It could be like this and then go like that. So I would expect a rejection somewhere in here and either the next leg down or a pullback and another move higher. Again, this is probably, so I was trying to make the whole wave, this wave right here, down into this demand zone, but it's going to turn into being a few different waves. It can either go like this, or it could go, so the max it can go on that, if you do the 1.61 fib, is down here to 187. If it's a 5-wave move, which is perfectly fine as well, it could be down here. And then that's the move that I originally talked about like months ago. And thanks for bringing that up, Todd, in the comments in the last video. So this is the comment he wrote of this contracting triangle that I've had here. It's basically this. So don't think that we're out of the woods yet. I don't like this structure at all still. And that's why in the last video, I said, if it comes up here, it's still short. Of course, we went way higher, but you're going into supply, you're filling the gap. If it gets above the 20, sure, it's going to be bullish short term, but I still don't think this move's finished. It's going to need a market correction though, and we'll see how it goes. Is it possible that this is finished? I guess we can talk about that too. Based on the structure, I would say no, but technically if you're looking at an A wave down and a B wave here, the minimum target is the 0.61 fib. We didn't come to that. So I would say very little chance that this is done yet. So if you didn't get your fill down here, I still think we're going to see more downside. People think I'm crazy, but that's what makes the most sense from pretty much everything I see except for the moving averages. This right here started on July 11th. This ended on September 30th. If you do the math on that, that takes us to about 81 days. Usually the C wave will last about half of that. Where are we at right now? We're at 23 days. So we have 17 more days. If we hit this tomorrow, then that takes us to, let's go ahead and do the math on that. We have 27th. It ended on the 11th. So that's 14 days. I would like for the B wave to be as long as the C wave. So they're probably going to keep it up here into Friday at least. So into Friday, I say this would go up here to the 25th. If you do the math, that means 14 days down. That means we're looking probably at just ABC. And then these were all ABCs themselves. These were all ABCs. So that actually makes this whole thing. This would make this whole thing. And you can see here, this would go to the parallel line. Parallel line is actually right around there as well. It's a little bit lower than the 1.61 fib. Either way, this would make this bottoming somewhere around the 10th, right after the election. So I don't know what's going to cause that, but it would probably be a market correction. So that's my thoughts on it right now. I still think there's another leg down. And again, it could also be the 5-wave move as well, because it would be overall A, B, C. The reason I lean towards the 185 is just because how far this B wave went up, and then also the 1.61 fib. Actually, no, it doesn't make a difference actually. So either one is valid. I don't know why I'm saying that's not valid. ABC down or 5 waves down here. If it makes 5 waves, let's say it goes to like 240. If it comes down here to 185, you're looking at bounce to like 198. And then I'd take the measured move of this. And you're looking at, did I shrink that? So 198, let me try that again. And you're looking at like 160 for 5 waves. And by the 10th of November. So it would be pretty much straight down. So that's kind of crazy. If that happens, it's going to be kind of crazy because it's going to be like this. And then that would be the E wave. That's a little bit more early than I was expecting. But, so is there a possibility also that it does this? Let's say it does this. This ends up being an A wave. I don't think so, but it's possible. You could do that as well. So there's a lot of different possibilities, but overall, I still think the structure supports another move down here to at least 185. Go ahead and comment. Let me know what you think. I know that this move is actually, I'm not really annoyed with it because again, I told I said in the video, you need to get your deltas right. My deltas were still positive. I was hedging, and I still have some like sold puts, that kind of stuff that I'm going to make money on this move. But overall, still looking bearish in my opinion. So leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you're not already. I'll probably put this video as a public video.